Single-use plastic bags as issued by our big supermarkets. 7 billion of these are given out each year free to us to take our shopping home. That's over 100 per person each year. And the government wants to put a stop to that because obviously we're using a lot. That's enough to cover Greater Manchester. But as quite a lot of people do, as I do, have them in underneath the sink and we use them to throw away rubbish. They're fantastic for it. They tie up, shove them in the rubbish bin and away they go. So actually they get a second use, but it's actually quite a small proportion of people do that. Only a few million of those get used a year, so actually the net gain is huge by reducing this. So the government's going to bring in a 5p charge for every bag that we use to hope to reduce the numbers that we use. It is proven. Scotland, Wales and Ireland all introduced these. Ireland I think was the first. They reduced the usage down from 1 billion and they reduced it by 80%. They did some calculations and only about 1 million people used the bags I think. Anyway, there's a net gain of sort of 900 million bags that were saved effectively. So I did some calculations because it's a bit miffed because suddenly I was thinking I'm going to have to buy some bags to use instead of these. Now I went to actually this supermarket of whose bag it is, and you can buy bin liner bags for about £1.48 for 40. And I equated, I probably use about 100 of these, say 2 weeks, so about 100 bags a week for throwing rubbish bags away. And if I bought the pedal bin ones, it equated out to about £4.50 within that year to buy them. And actually these only cost me £5 for the 5p charge. So my thought is I prefer to pay the extra 50p and a charity gets the money instead of giving it to a plastic company. So it's really interesting actually working out some of these numbers, and it's not that big a deal. But if you don't want to spend the money, or sort of then think, well, you're going to donate it to a charity of the supermarket's choice, not ours, there are other ways. So we've got our recycling bin here, which actually is only rubbish with a different coloured box that it goes into. Half this stuff gets probably shipped off to China to be reprocessed, so actually it's not really that environmental. But we've got things like your good old Tetra Pak type things. They are recyclable but really difficult. Most councils won't even bother. They're fantastic. Cut the top there and you can shove stuff. Obviously you can get bigger ones than this, but brilliant thing about these, they're waterproof, so you can put your oil or sloppy stuff that you got to throw away in this and it won't come out until you need to somehow do the top. Oh, look at this, cardboard, we don't need that and all that. Oh yeah, look at that, yeah, there you go. So we've got an old garden peas bag and we've got a Muesli bag. These are really quite tough plastic. I struggle to break that. So just as a very quick idea, and this is what I'm going to do, old crisp bags, that's another one. So I've got this sort of thing, I got this from IKEA years ago, but I'm just going to take some of these clips and clip them on. There you go, shove the rubbish in there, chuck them away, and that's free. I might sort of design something to hold these, and I'll put those on the website if I do it. But yeah, there's solutions. So yeah, it's not as big a problem as we maybe think, and it probably is good for the environment. So I'm Rob, I'm from PricklySauce.com, and we'll see you soon.